Hey guys, it's Claudia. Welcome back to another Thrift With Me for a Week video. This time we're going to be thrifting for spring, which is my favorite season, and I'm so ready to just refresh my wardrobe. The last Thrift With Me for a Week video I did was actually in the fall, so I think I'm going to do these one per season because this is a lot of thrifting. I think it'd be really fun to see how my wardrobe transforms. I ended up finding so many gems on each of these thrift trips, but this first one I actually started off with the men's accessories. I went to look at some ties and I found two that I was completely obsessed with, which was those patterned ones as well as one that was kind of a champagne color. And then I moved on to look at the purses. I found this really cool, very early 2000s denim purse, and it reminded me of that all denim outfit that Britney Spears wore. And honestly, this purse was pretty iconic as well. And then I moved on to the shoe section, which I've been having so much luck with recently. I found these cool Victoria's Secret kind of black and white kitten heels. They were kind of sporty, a little bit edgy, definitely kind of a fun shoe. And these shoes, on the other hand, I was so obsessed with. I love the perforated cutouts, and I'm going to try these on for you in front of the mirror later so you can see the fit. These shoes are just so cool and different, and I also love those brown leather ones, which you'll also see me try on later. These shoes I picked up, spoiler alert, they are incredible. They reminded me so much of 90s Prada shoes that I've been on the hunt for. I also found these gorgeous new tag Gloria Vanderbilt heels, but they were too small on me, unfortunately. They were so stunning otherwise. Then I moved on to the light coats just in time for spring, and I actually found this denim dress, which was by Tommy Hilfiger. And then I found probably my dream jacket for spring. I found this incredible green piece and I'm so obsessed with it. I'm going to try it on for you guys in front of the mirror later as well. It was such a good find. It's definitely like a wool sweater material, and of course we're adding some color into our wardrobe. Then I moved on to the pants section, but in this first thrift trip I didn't really find any. I definitely found a lot later on. Found a couple more ties, as you see, those blue ones. They were just the most perfect blue colors. And I even stopped by the books and found My Year of Rest and Relaxation, which I've been meaning to buy it. And then it was time to review my cart and try on the pieces. As you can see, I had a good mix of color and neutrals, so really staying true to my style, and at the same time I found a couple kind of cool experimental pieces, like the ties are something I've been on the hunt for, as well as that knit headband, which I think is just going to be so cute for spring. Here's the green coat. I think it's so stunning. It's like the most beautiful green color and it's very cozy. I also found this cool multicolored knit sweater, which I ended up leaving because it felt a little bit too yellowish beige. I just felt like the blue, white, orange threads kind of weren't showing as much as I would have liked. This purse I honestly really loved, but the strap was just not it. It was more of like a crossbody bag, and I imagine it being more of a shoulder bag. It also ended up feeling a bit too flat, if that makes sense. These shoes were incredible. I don't know why I didn't end up getting them. Editing videos like this, sometimes I question. These shoes, the same. So cool. They did fit a little bit weird on, whereas these ones I was totally obsessed with, so these were like 100% yes for me. I just love the square toe on these. They're so easy but chic. These are the items I ended up getting, and these I did not. It's fine, guys. You can't have them all. I even found a really cool painted bangle bracelet, but you guys will see that in the haul. And then I just headed over to check out. So I picked up some super good pieces. I'm so excited. Alright, we are on our second day of thrifting. I found some incredible pieces right off the bat. I was actually on the phone while filming this, so I didn't film the very beginning, but the shoe section was fantastic. The purses section was pretty good. Found this cool baby fat bag, which was very, again, like early 2000s. Love the silver and the chain details, but it wasn't something I needed really. I don't own anything from baby fat anyways. And then I moved on to the blazer section, and I actually found this stunning denim jacket, which I was obsessed with right away. It reminded me so much of the brand Blue Marine. It had like all these florals, the faded denim, and the frayed and kind of unfinished hems. It was just the most stunning kind of like early 2000s piece once again. There's actually a lot of really interesting light coats and blazers in this thrift trip, so I love this plaid one, for example. It did feel a bit more fall appropriate, but it was definitely very cute. Also really into this Sherpa kind of cropped sweater blazer situation. Love this brown blazer, but it unfortunately had a lot of pilling on it, which yeah, I probably could have removed, but I think it was about $19, and I do have some brown blazers already. And I also found this Columbia sweater, which is kind of different for me. I don't really wear a lot of like athleisure styles and stuff like that, but I like that it was oversized and black, and I feel like I could just totally pair it with some long sleeves, with some t-shirts when it starts to get a little bit warmer out. Really into this blazer. It did give me a bit of like the fairy core kind of style that's very on trend. Also found this really pretty pale yellow colored blazer. Of course, I love the tag. Sometimes the tags are what gets me in terms of like early 2000s and kind of 90s pieces. The vintage stuff just tends to be so good. I did try this blazer on later and it wasn't quite the fit I was looking for, but I am definitely into this pale yellow color and will be looking for more pieces like that for spring and into summer. Next, I moved on to the jeans section, and this is the thrift trip where I found so many good pairs of jeans. I found these incredible low-rise pants with almost like a tramp stamp at the back, which I thought was very cool. I don't think I've really seen a pair like this before. I also found these Club Monaco jeans, which are kind of more oversized boyfriend style. I love the wash of them. And then I also found these really cool pair of Suko jeans, which unzipped at the bottom. Basically from the knee down, you could do like a wide leg flared fit, and then the thighs were a little bit more fitted, which I think was very flattering. Of course, I didn't get to try them on, but I definitely was into the shape. I also love the sequin detail on the front of these, but they were a little bit too skinny fitting, and the back detail wasn't really my favorite. But yeah, definitely a lot of really good jeans. And then I moved on to jackets. Not that I need more necessarily, but I was really into this leather jacket. It was like a really pretty ivory off-white color, and as you can see, it was suede and leather. And I also found this bolero, which if I didn't already have boleros, I probably would have gone for it. It was super cute by Bongo. Very early 2000s, of course, but yeah, I definitely have enough boleros as is right now. Although watch me buy one again in an upcoming video because I'm so into them that I wouldn't be surprised. I also really liked this sporty jacket. It had a really cool mesh kind of detail on the sleeve, although I feel like the fit of it wasn't exactly my style. It was a little bit kind of windbreaker, which is cool, but I've had windbreakers in the past and I never ended up really wearing them. I also checked out the men's ties at this thrift store. I found a Pierre Cardin one and another Christian Dior one, just like I found in my previous thrift with me, but I wasn't obsessed with them. I did like the star-shaped one though. It was super cute and very spring colored with the light yellow, light blue, and then I just went to try everything on in front of the mirror. I also found this cool DKNY canvas style jacket. It was a little bit more of like a thick and sturdy material. It was a nice navy color, which I don't have too much of in my wardrobe. Ultimately, it wasn't a jacket I needed, but it was definitely a really cute piece, and I could see it being very versatile for spring. This leather jacket ended up being really cool. $30 I feel like is an okay price for leather jacket secondhand. It was totally a good quality looking piece, and it was more so just the style of it that I wasn't confident in. I tried kind of with it zipped up and open, but I wasn't in love with the fit of it. These jeans I ended up leaving just because I really do wear oversized jeans more than anything. This coat I love the color of, but the fit was a little bit weird. It didn't have any buttons to fasten it, and I feel like the shape was just kind of, I don't know, it reminded me of like dentist office for some reason, if you guys know what I mean. I love this jean jacket though. The details on it are so stunning. All the sequins, the beading, embroidery, all of it was just super cute. The sleeves were a little bit short. The rest of the jacket was just perfection. I did also like the color of this purse, and it was like a very soft buttery leather, but I feel like the shape definitely suited more of like a shoulder bag, and one side was also completely stained. I also love these shoes. I wanted to share them with you guys, although I did not get them because I have a really similar pair of Jimmy shoes that I actually thrifted a couple years ago. And I love these leather shoes as well. They're kind of little ankle booties. I ended up being obsessed with these two pairs though. I love the shape of them. They're kind of granny chic, which if you guys have been watching my videos recently, you know I'm definitely into. At the same time, they were kind of like a ballerina-esque style, and I was definitely into it. Also found some home decor pieces. Each of these pieces were also just so special. I got a couple canisters, which were just such a classic vintage style, definitely something I've been on the hunt for. Also got that kind of letter tray. I like the kind of space age style. And I found that star-shaped dish. It's not too big of a haul, but I'm very happy with everything I got. Very spring. I'm into it. Alright guys, moving on to our next day of thrifting. I started off with some cool neutral pieces. I found this cool kind of caramel colored blazer. I also found this really cool off-white kind of linen blazer with gold speckles throughout, which was so chic. Also found this Jeremy Scott bright yellow, like sunflower colored yellow blazer. And it's not really a typical piece that I would go for, but I definitely felt like it was great for spring. I love the trim on this piece. Spoiler, I ended up getting this piece. I love the texture of it. The wool is also really nice, and the style I think is just very, very classic. Definitely a lot of textured pieces. I found this pleated piece as well. Very Issey Miyake pleats pleats, and in a gorgeous champagne kind of gold color. This yellow velvet top was also really fun and totally matched the Jeremy Scott blazer. Also found this piece, very early 2000s, that kind of combination of blouse and vest, which I'm totally into, but I also have blouses and vests, so I didn't need that piece. And then I moved on to check out the skirts at this thrift store, and I did find a couple really cool pieces, including this, once again, kind of early 2000s style piece. I love the fading on the denim. I think that's probably my favorite look right now. And of course the kind of fringe on the bottom. Nice long skirt. I think it's just perfect for spring. You could definitely layer with it. You could wear tall boots underneath just to keep you a little bit warm on the cooler days, which is always nice. And I also found this gorgeous plaid skirt, which just had the prettiest spring colors, kind of pastel, a touch of bright in there. Definitely very fun. Then I moved on to the pants section, found a couple cool pieces as well. These would have been so cool if they were flared at the bottom because of that knee detail, but they ended up being a little bit too straight leg for my liking, so I left them behind. I also found this cool Guess jeans jacket, which felt like a really good winter to spring transition piece. It was definitely a bit of a puffer style. I love that the hood unzips as well, and you can kind of do a tall collar on it. I'm gonna try this piece on in front of the mirror so you guys will see how it fits. Also love the color, definitely a color I'm into if you can't tell by now. That kind of off-white. And on my way to try the pieces on, I also found this really cool green knit kind of mohair hat, which I love. So now I'm going to show you guys all the pieces I found. I found these really cool Guess jeans. They were a little bit tight at the bottom again, not exactly what I was looking for. I also found these Persuco jeans, which had a really cool kind of western style tie on the side, very cowboy, cowgirl-esque, but pretty much all of the leather details were kind of worn down, so I wasn't fully convinced. They were about $20. These jeans, okay, who am I kidding that I thought these would fit me? These are totally kids jeans or some sort of petite style. I so wish that these ones fit me because I love the zipper at the front. But yeah, they were just way too cropped, and I think they would have been too tight in general, so unfortunately I had to leave those behind. I also found this cool beige nylon skirt, and I love the detail on the back. That's pretty much the only reason why I would have gotten it, but I do actually have a similar one in a light blue color that I bought at a vintage store in Poland a few years ago, and that one's just my ultimate go-to skirt when it comes to kind of sporty summer, spring outings, so I didn't think I needed the beige one. Here's the coat if you guys are curious. It wasn't my style. I feel like the fur, or the faux fur along the hood was kind of worn, and the color ended up looking a little bit yellow on as opposed to an off-white, so it wasn't exactly what I had envisioned. I think the color of this Jeremy Scott blazer is very stunning, but I just couldn't get myself to picture wearing it. I feel like it wasn't a piece that I could really incorporate into my wardrobe, or one that I would reach for very often. found a couple cute purses too, but again, ultimately decided I didn't need them and they weren't entirely my style. And I think it's really important to recognize that when you go thrifting, because it's so easy to just buy things. You don't want to miss out on them, but you need to be able to style them and wear them. So that being said, I ended up leaving all of those items, but I did pick up this terry cloth skirt. I love terry cloth for spring and summer. It was also kind of a different color for me, so I thought I would play around with styling. And as you can see, I went for the blazer. I found the cool faux fur vest as well, which I thought might be nice for some texture, and headed out. And here we are on the last day of our thrifting. Started off with the short sleeve knits and top section. I didn't find too many pieces in this last trip, but there was a couple that caught my eye. I did really like this piece, for example. I love the pink color. It's very fun and pretty bright, but still very wearable, and it had this really cool plastic buckle detail on it. But it was a pretty wide piece and I wasn't sure how it would fit, and then I moved on to check out the jackets. Again, didn't really need any at this point, but it doesn't hurt to check them out, right? I saw that orange one and it kind of caught my attention, and then I found one more that was kind of like a deep purple eggplant color, this one. And I thought it was kind of a nice color as well, but it ended up being a pretty stiff leather piece, so I didn't know if it was going to be very comfortable on. And then I found a really cool brown suit set by Manuel Ungaro. I did find a couple of really cool suit sets, which can be kind of a hit or miss section at the thrift store from my experience, but I ended up really liking that chocolate brown color. Then I moved on to the other light coat section and blazer section, but I didn't really find anything else at that point, so I moved on to look at the shoes. There was a couple cool pairs I found here, like these kind of puffer snowshoes. I feel like they're almost the perfect moon boot style that is totally back in trend now. Also really like these white heels. And yeah, there was a couple really cool like y2k style shoes here, and some good 90s kind of shoes, some kitten heels, and I also found these really amazing pairs of boots. There were these yellow ones, which were obviously very bold, and also these kind of canvas and leather ones with a chain, which was so cool, but unfortunately they were way too small on me. I think they were 6.5. They were definitely really unique though, and would have gone so well with this brown leather bag. I love that this is like a boxy shoulder bag, or handbag more so. The strap was a little bit too short to be a shoulder bag, but I'm definitely into that style. And on the other side, I found this really cool black leather shoulder / handbag. It seemed like a really great leather texture, had a bit of wear already in it, so it had a good vintage look. And I found a Roxy bag, which is pretty cool too, just a kind of classic y2k piece. And then I moved on to jewelry, where I found a couple of really amazing pieces as well, like this heart-shaped metal necklace, the star brooch with little crystals, and the star necklace. And I didn't really find too much at this thrift store, but here I was just going through the items. I wasn't too convinced with the polo jeans piece. I thought I could maybe put it up in the shop, but I don't know if it's still a desired kind of brand. I feel like that was a couple years ago. And this bag ended up being a little bit dented from the hanger, unfortunately, so I ended up just taking these two pieces and checking out. And that concludes our week of thrifting for spring. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I found so many pieces that I am super excited to style and wear this spring, and I will definitely be doing a huge thrift haul coming up soon. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe.